Good morning, friends and my dear students. It is the continuation of the previous lecture only, that is the sterilization and disinfection. So it has already been told that how we can control these microorganisms, certain physical agents, chemical agents, mechanical removal method. So already we have discussed about the physical agents, most of them. And today we will learn about these chemical agents and this filtration. So what is this filtration? So filtration, that means we are not killing the microorganisms, we are just removing that. So when we are removing this microbe and spores, that is from the liquid and air. Now two type of filters are there, one is depth based and another is membrane based. So depth based में क्या होगा, that it is obstructing the microorganism throughout the depth, whereas on the membrane the some pore size is there and the bacteria or the microorganisms which are bigger than that size of pores, they will be retained there. Now what are the application of these filters? That is when we are separating toxins and bacteriophages from bacteria. It is useful for sterilizing those liquids which are sensitive to heat, like serum, vaccine, media, and for purification of water. Types of filter: candle filter, which we are using for the water purification. Then asbestos disc filter, example is SIDS filter, sintered glass filter, membrane filter. Then air filters are there like HEPA filter and syringe filters. That you can see the pictures. There is this membrane filter, SIDS filter is there, syringe filter. So candle filter, I have already told you, it is for purification of water. Now this SIDS filter, so this is made up of asbestos fiber and they are used to sterilize the fluids like serum. The sintered glass filter, most frequently they are used for preparing the sterile solution of carbohydrates which we need during preparation of the culture media. HEPA filters, these are the high efficiency particulate air filters which are used in the OTs. The laminar airflow in the biosafety cabinet, so where they are very important, these HEPA filters are there to prevent the spread of these dangerous microorganisms in the environment. Then membrane filters, which are being used mostly in the industries and in the research. So membrane filters, they are different type, that is different type of pore size are there in the filter, and the microorganism which are bigger than that size will be retained on the surface. So there are two type, 0.22 and 0.45 micrometer pores. So they are used mainly to filter most of the bacteria, but certain and syringe filters are there. Then comes the radiation. So among the radiation, two type of radiation are there, ionizing or non-ionizing. So these ionizing radiations, example are gamma rays, X-rays, that means they are ionizing electron beams and they have a shorter wavelength. So in this, when we are sterilizing by means of this radiation, temperature will not raise. Therefore, it is also called as a method of cold sterilization or gamma. So it is also called as the cold sterilization. So these are also used for as temperature is not raising. So those which are heat sensitive, so there we can have this cold sterilization. They are mainly useful to sterilize a pharmaceutical and disposable medical supply. Problem, what is the disadvantage? That it can be harmful to the human tissue and can cause any genetic mutation. Then ultraviolet light, these are non-ionizing radiation. It has low penetrating power, wavelength is longer, and it damages DNA by producing the thymidine dimers. So they are mainly used for disinfecting the OTs, nurseries, cafeteria. What is the disadvantage? That is that can affect your skin or eyes. Now, what are the different level of chemical decontamination? I have already told you there are three levels: high level, disinfectant, intermediate, and low level. Depending upon that high level, what level of sterilization achieve, that is, it is nearly a sterilant. It kills the spores. So those critical devices which are coming directly in contact with the sterile cavities, like in the OTs, so for that high level of disinfectants are needed. An intermediate level, they kill fungal spores, tubercle bacillus and viruses. So they are useful for the semi-critical. Semi-critical devices में कौन से थे? Which are coming in contact with the mucous membrane, but they are not invasive. और लो में आएंगे जो आपकी contact skin के contact में आएंगे. So it will eliminate only the vegetative bacteria, vegetative fungal cell and some viruses. Clean surfaces that touch the skin. Now there are germicidal categories are there, so these names should be we should know. Halogens होते हैं, phenolics होते हैं, chlorhexidine, alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, detergent and soaps, heavy metal, aldehyde, gases and dyes. So they all come under these disinfectants. Then halogens. So halogens में chlorine and iodine is there. How they are acting? Chlorine, the active form of chlorine that comes from the hypochlorite, that can also be used as sodium hypochlorite is there, then bleaching powder is there. So they all generate the chlorine. How it is acting? It is denaturate the protein by disrupting the disulfide bond. Then iodine, that is we have a good example of iodine is the iodophore, that is the betadine. Betadine solution we need everywhere. So it also denatures the protein. It is of intermediate level and mild medical and dental degerming agent. Then phenolics, so cresol, lysol, they all are there. They are disrupting the cell wall and membrane. They are bactericidal, fungicidal and virucidal. Chlorhexidine, very important this mouth gargle. So it is a surfactant and protein denaturant with broad microbicidal property, low to intermediate level, and it is also used for skin cleaning, burns. Then alcohol, most commonly it is being used ethyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol in a range of 50 to 95%. It acts as surfactant, dissolving the membrane lipids and coagulating the proteins of vegetative bacterial cell and fungi. Hydrogen peroxide, so it can be of different concentration. How it acts? It produces the highly reactive hydroxyl free radicals that damages the protein and DNA. And where it is, so different concentration, it is poricidal only at more than 4 to 5%. 3% H2O2 is used for environmental surface disinfection, fogging में भी हम use करते हैं. Nowadays fumigation जो OTs में क्या जाता है, it is an obsolete procedure, तो fogging की जाती है and for that we use hydrogen peroxide. Wound cleaning में 3 to 6% जो होती है that we use for the soft contact lens disinfection के लिए tonometers में. 6 to 7% we are using in plasma sterilization. So plasma sterilization very important, यहाँ पे हम hydrogen peroxide use करते हैं and fogging में use करते हैं and normally जो है आपका as a disinfectant for soft contact lens and for these. इसका जो main advantage है H2O2 is very important, ये rapid action है, non toxic है, it has also a good cleaning ability, and disadvantage है कि expensive है. And another problem is that it's having some corrosive property, that it is not compatible with certain metals like copper, brass, zinc. So there can be problem. Then certain heavy metals are there, silver nitrate, which we are using in the burn patient. Then quaternary ammonium compounds like detergents and soaps. So they are active mainly in gram positive, and they are inactivated in presence of organic debris. So cleaning is very much needed. Now the aldehyde, which is very important group, that is the glutaraldehyde and the formaldehyde. So they are coming to the level of chemical stirlant and they kill by, so it is sometimes a short note can come as a chemical stirlant. So should we know what chemicals come in the category of which are achieving to the level of sterilization. So glutaraldehyde and formaldehyde, they kill by alkylating protein and DNA. Glutaraldehyde in 2% solution used as a stirlant for heat sensitive instrument, like जैसे हम flexible endoscopes use कर रहे हैं, so there we need the glutaraldehyde for disinfecting. Formaldehyde is being used for fumigation of OTs and ward in past, but now it is being obsolete. For OTs, we are having the fogging, that is using H2O2. Then door should be that is for fumigation only, that we have to, when we are fumigating the OTs with the help of formaldehyde, there is, as it is a pungent gas, so there we have to seal it for 48 hours. So that is not being done in today date. Then the gases and the aerosol. So ethylene oxide, propylene oxide, they are strong alkylating agent, and that we have already discussed as in ETO plant, how these being used as a for sterilization purpose. Dyes, certain dyes are there, aniline dyes, acridine dyes. Now comes the testing of disinfectant. So in Riedel-Walker test, what we do, that is, it is a phenol coefficient test. It tests the efficacy of the phenolic disinfectant to kill the Salmonella typhi when compared with that of phenol. Then Chick-Martin test, it is a modification of Riedel-Walker test. एंड इसमें क्या करते हैं हम लोग, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर भी ऐड कर देते हैं, दैट वी हैव टू चेक इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक मैटर सो दैट कि वो नेचुरल लगे. So that is another is the in use test. So it simulates a real time situation. So we are using to determine whether an in use solution of disinfectant in hospital is microbiologically contaminated or not. So main is the Riedel-Walker test that we should know. It is a phenolic, that is we are comparing with the phenol. So disinfection of OTs. So in this we have to do first the surface cleaning. That is the how we can clean the surface. That is first with the cleansing agent. That can be detergent, soap, or the some enzymatic preparations, or then followed by disinfection by the aldehyde based disinfectant. तो कब कब करना है? Beginning of the day में करना है. After every case cleaning करनी surrounding the OT table, and finally last case के बाद terminal cleaning करना है. Then total washing of the OT complex once a week होना चाहिए. If there is any renovation, कुछ construction का work है, so और नियर बाई प्लेस में कुछ डस्ट का है, सो एट दैट टाइम वॉश होना है प्रॉपर, एंड क्लीनिंग एंड डिसइंफेक्टेंट. एंड फॉगिंग इज ऑल्सो रिकमेंडेड. फ्यूमिगेशन इज नाउ ऑब्सोलीट. फ्यूमिगेशन में हम क्या करते थे, वी यूज टू use the formaldehyde gas, but problem क्या था, that is the irritant gas and also having the carcinogenic property. So at that time जब हम fumigate करते थे, so हम लोग को उसको close भी करना पड़ता था. So that so these all things even we have noticed कि उसका the purpose being lost because of this all disadvantage. So therefore this fumigation has now been obsolete. Now the fogging is being preferred, in which there is a proper sprayer is there which causes the aerial disinfection. So we use a chemical disinfectant like glutaraldehyde H2O2, and it is being sprayed, and within 1 to 2 hours the OT will be ready. Now, there are some important questions related to this sterilization disinfection. Like a long question can come as such on the what are the different chemical or physical agents which are being used for the sterilization. Then a short note can come on autoclave, hot air oven. These are the favorite questions for the examiners. Then this plasma sterilization, as these are the new topics like ETO sterilization. Sometimes a question can come on the gaseous sterilization. Then on among the disinfectant, chemical sterilant. Then it can also come as test for the chemical disinfectant, that can also come, or directly a question can come on disinfectant. And these how we disinfect OT, these are very favorite question in the Viva question. What material, like different things can be asked, like the different culture medias, different type of plates, different type of instrument, how these can be. So we have to just remember the basic concept. If it is heat sensitive, what like we can have the ETO. Sterile packed materials, and we can have this ETO, or like serum, vaccine, we can use filters. If we are having the glassware, surgical instrument, that can be by the hot air oven. Culture medias, even the culture medias once we have used, उसके बाद भी जब हम करते हैं, then also we autoclave it. So that is how we can remember. Plastic wares हैं, so for that we can use ETO. और भी आप बोल सकते हैं जो भी हीट सेंसिटिव के लिए है. सो दैट इज डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि उसका मटेरियल क्या है, whether it is heat sensitive, heat resistant. So according to that we can choose ki how we can sterilize. That are the favorite question for the examiners during the vivas. Hope so you must have learned a lot of things in this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. uh, Thank you very much.